I told you I worked in counter-terrorism for over a decade. So for me, I wasn't allowed to be even on social media or any of these things.
Convenient that you can't talk about it so no one can verify.
Yeah.
Literally, man, I can't tell you how many days I got where we just killed so many people you can't even count.
I think this King Azul, he's like Shrek, right? 34, a decade in counterterrorism, okay? He went from working at a call center, a cold caller, to a phone solicitor, to being in counterterrorism for a decade at the highest levels ever. Stand by.
Because my friends started sending me his videos and they said, hey, listen, he speaks exactly like you,
Right.
but you speak it in Hebrew.
Okay.
He speaks it in English, but you guys sound exactly the same.
He was talking about Tate.
And he was talking about Tate. So they would send me a bunch of his videos for about a week and a half straight. And I said, I'm not going onto social media.
Just so you know, this is like the alpha male universe. Nate from Valhalla did a bunch of these. American Thor. You may want to check it out. He's covered this extensively. I'm just trying to understand this guy's resume because it is legit. I mean, you talk about working at a call center, telemarketer, to being at the tip of the spear for a decade. Black ops, off the books, invisible units, all of it.
I told you I used to work in counterterrorism for over a decade. Remember that?
Right.
When we talked?
A long time ago?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. When we talked a year and a half ago. I told you I worked in counterterrorism for over a decade. So for me, I wasn't allowed to be even on social media or any of these things.
That'd be odd, wouldn't it? I think Nate talks about this. So no social media, you're in counterterrorism, like Jason Bourne, basically, right? I mean, basically, it's James Bond. You want to have a profile where people go when you're undercover, like a knock, you're undercover. You want to have a social media profile. Otherwise, it looks odd, like most people do. Nate brought that up. I think that's a good point. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. This guy could be totally legit. Did a video here about that Marine that said his only job, MOS, was to kill. That was his job. I'll link to it in the description. You should watch it.
And even today, I'm not allowed to even speak about what unit I was in, things like that, for the next 5 years. I can't share it with anybody. But
All right, I'm looking at people like Andy Stump, SEAL Team 6, right? Brent, Anti-Hero, Delta. Like, they can talk about the unit. So this is a unit. And I've talked to these kind of guys. There's no 5-year NDA that I'm aware of. So what I'm hearing, hold on for a sec. This unit, this man was involved with, King Azul, was higher than a tier 1. What would that be? Because I don't know. I'm just trying to soak it all in. This guy's like Shrek. I mean, singleton missions all the time. Legit.
There's a lot of people out there that would say, now that's where I'm calling shit.
that's fine. Nobody cares.
And
I don't
it's
care.
convenient that you can't talk about it so no one can verify.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's units that are called invisible units.
I've never known an invisible unit, but I was just average Marine ham and egger dude, right? So I shouldn't know about it. So I was invisible. Why would I know, right? But are there invisible units that no one knows about? I guess that could be a thing. I mean, Treadstone, right? Jason Bourne.
Are you running Treadstone?
I can't remember all the projects. Maybe he's part of that. And he's came out, and now he sells like alpha male kind of and beard creams and stuff. That seems on brand, doesn't it?
I'm not doubting you. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I don't care.
But if I were to question it, I would say, well, wait a minute. At 17, you were homeless. At 18, 19, you were cleaning carpets. Then you got into telemarketing. Then you went, then you started doing real estate and you started investing here and there. And that was only 10 years ago. So when was...
It's a cover story, man. I'll link to this man's podcast. Don't remember it. It's a cover story. So King Azul as a cover story. He wasn't homeless or cleaning carpets or a telemarketer. That was his backstory for the counterterrorism decade, right? I know he got his GED in 2013. Another thing. It's all part of this backstory, right? That's got to be what's going on here.
Counterterrorism.
Yeah.
And who is it for? The Israeli army?
Well, it's Israel and the United States.
Right.
Work with both.
That's the CIA.
That's because, no. Counterterrorism is a little bit different.
Well, you had to be with somebody.
Yeah, but can't talk about who I was with. Come on.
All right.
He can talk about it in 5 years, right? So in 5 years, like the NDA expires and he can talk about it. Who do you think that is? What unit is just so top secret, like the Army or the Navy doesn't even know about it? It's so compartmentalized, super secret squirrel unit. I guess that could all be true. I've never met those people, but why would I, right? Who am I? Put that in the comments. What unit would this be? Like orange? Like something orange? Like, I don't know.
All right.
You want them to grill me? But when you hold dual citizenship, when it's Israeli and American citizenship, I could do a lot of things that other people can't do. I go a lot of places that other people can't do. So
I thought you were just, when you were a super secret squirrel, like a spy, they made new identities for you and you got new passports. Didn't matter what your citizenship was because they didn't know who you were, right? And I've seen movies. I'm up on movies. I'm not a boomer, I get it, but I've seen it doesn't matter what your passport is, you got another identity, a knock.
For example, I speak English like an American, so I could go places people don't know that I'm Israeli.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They won't really be on to me.
Kinda. But like if you're American, I can tell that you're also something else. Mm-hmm. I can tell that you speak another language. Let's just say that.
I speak 5 languages.
But you speak great English, obviously.
What 5 do you think? In question for you. Could there be a language he knows that's like top secret? Think about that for a second. Top secret language, he can't even tell us what it is. Maybe he's like a Navajo code talker.
I speak 5 languages. I speak Hebrew,
fluently,
English, Russian, and Spanish, and one more that I can't speak about.
Why couldn't you talk about the other language? Is that classified, like compartmentalized, top secret? What language is like X-Files thing? I'm really curious. As a man who loves a good spy novel, I want to know about these invisible units in this language. Somehow, maybe I should learn it somehow.
Yeah. Sumerian.
Special
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. No, definitely not.
And by the way, how much money do you claim to be worth?
All right, think about this. He said, by his own admission, he was homeless, clean carpets, a telemarketer, and he got into flipping houses, real estate, while he was a super secret squirrel, invisible unit, the whole time. Maybe the housing, the real estate that was a cover. How much money would you make work for the government? Maybe it's an NGO, right? I don't know. All this could be real.
So today, close to 50.
Okay.
Wow.
And how did you make it? How old are you?
Right now, 34.
Okay, so how did you make close to 50 mil?
Wow.
So this is how it happened. First, I was living in a home with a very, very difficult father. My dad, within time, my mom went through cancer. My dad broke his back, but it was very, very harsh dad. I don't speak to my dad.
And you just said you're a descendant of King Solomon. Mm-hmm. Now, is your first name's not King? Is it King?
No, Ben.
Ben.
I named myself King once I found that out.
How would you know you're a descendant of King Solomon? I know DNA, but how would you have his DNA? It's like saying you're a descendant of Attila the Hun. They say there's tens of thousands of them, but King Solomon, huh? Okay.
And then I grew my beard. And I realized I have his wisdom.
Okay.
It was passed down?
It was passed down 100%. I felt something for a very long time.
Well, they say King Solomon was one of the wisest and technically the richest man that ever lived.
The smartest man, the wisest man.
Do you know a lot about him?
Quite a bit.
How do you know you're related to him?
Yeah. That was my question. How do you know? Like 23andMe? They've got like a reference DNA for this? Maybe, right? You know what? Here, hold on. Since he was an anti-terrorism for 10 years, invisible unit, they probably have special DNA stuff or testing or technologies that you and I don't have. That's the case, I'm sure.
Well, we went back through my last name.
Okay.
And then looked at my DNA and found out that I'm a descendant of his. He had 1,000 wives.
But how would your DNA tell him?
No. If you go back with my name and you check the DNA that I'm really from Morocco, you go back in time, you can know because it comes through tribes.
I don't know if I understand that. Do you? So is he related to King Solomon? Explain to me this invisible unit. Do you know what it is? If you do, tell me in the chat. Because 10 years, this guy was in counterterrorism, the tip of the spear. It's got a 5-year NDA. In 5 years, maybe a couple years from now, he'll tell us what it is. I'm wondering if, like, Brent knows Tucker. Or maybe Andy Stump knows. It was like that next level. Like they fly in on unmarked black helicopters, like alien craft from Area 51.